knows this is probably good. And look at him. He's doubting himself. He's doubting himself. He's just not sure. He sees it. Of course, he saw it the moment it could appear on the board, but he is doubting himself, and he's done it. Go for it, Gary. That's what we want to see.
Nice.
Now he just needs to play the next several moves quickly.
What is his clock time?
1 minute and 36 seconds.
96 seconds. He's going to be getting 20 seconds.
10 seconds per
He could do this. He could play the next few moves very
to play captures on d4. And what Hikaru cannot allow rook d2 or rook back to b4.
Oh, no. That d pawn is
the
essence of your strangulation, your containment of the black forces. So you have to make a move that takes that rook eventually.
Exactly. You can't just allow the rook to go back. Remember, the knight on c5 was protected by a pawn on d4 that's now gone.
The longer Hikaru thinks, though,
Yeah.
the longer Hikaru thinks, the more confident Gary will become. The longer he thinks. Gary hopes Hikaru spends another minute right now, just giving it. Because you see, Gary's not moving at all. Like, his body is just frozen at the moment, and he wants to breathe just a little bit, depending on what Hikaru does. And he's looking. The more he looks at it, he's thinking, wait a minute now. This guy...
So we're looking at the consequences of capturing the rook, and at the end of the day, black will have queen and pawn.
Queen and two pawns, unless you lose.
Queen and two pawns. I apologize. As compensation for the two rooks, but with the dark square bishop,
the attacker, it favors the attacker.
Exactly.
And Gary is taking off what is not a watch. We used to always say, Gary's taking off the watch, but now he's taking off whatever that thingy was on his wrist. And that means trouble for Hikaru. We know when Gary used to take off his jacket, when he took off the watch, I mean, he was down to business. When he took off the jacket, it was like, oh boy, all hell was going to break loose. If he puts it back on, you resign.
Yeah,
he's ready to go, right?
He's ready. It's like
time's up.
And now he's starting to feel it. Now the confidence is coming. He's going, okay, I see some lines, but this guy's thinking for a long time, and not bad. It wasn't a blunder.
Right.
It's concerned Hikaru, and Hikaru is in a deep thought right now with 6 minutes left on the clock. This would be amazing. Both leaders are busted, by the way, according to the engine. Both leaders are busted.
And he's taken no knight b7, by the way. No knight b7. That's even worse. That means three pawns, right?
He just didn't want Gary's queen to get active on e3.
I don't know. That's three pawns. Just a second. I'm going to play.
Still getting the c6 pawn, right?
I'm not sure. I'm going to go e6, king f6.
If you make progress? If you move the d pawn or the bishop, then I'm getting the pawn.
It's kind of hard. That c pawn looks like it's going to go. Gary's just going to wait a little bit, put his king on a safer square. H6 will be safer still before he makes any breaks.
Wow. And again, the clock times, this has happened with...
Same time for Gary.
90 seconds. Okay. So I'm thinking you put the king on a safer square. I agree. King H6. Let's say we wait, then we put our bishop on, let's say, an anchor square, and then we go in, right? We go for it.
Okay, he's thinking too long now. Now he's taking too much time.
Okay.
He's at 111.
King H6.
He's looking for a specific way to win. Play a move.
H6. That's a surprise.
That's
a surprise.
A little bit scary.
Okay, but he has his ideas. He wants to play G5, G4. Yeah. Once the king is ensnared, and he checks on the G1 square, for example. Ooh.
Naka understood that he had to do something.
No.
Now I can move the bishop.
Now I'm going to be three. Oh, what?
And now he's repeating once.
Still win some time.
Fine. Oh, no!
A draw?
No, that confidence system in that moment. His clock. It was the clock.
It was the clock.
It was the clock. He saw the opportunity and bailed.
Oh, boy. We're going to quickly switch. A big miss there. I don't think Gary understood the enormous advantage he had at the very end there. Wow.
That puts Naka in a tie with Fabi at the moment, with Fabi with a dead lost position.
When we left it, we saw that the queen was going to come to a4. It did, and he had to sacrifice a piece